Hi everyone, I'm Kanishka Joshi, currently a third year dental student. Today I have with me someone really special, and Dr. Suhani, and who has been in dentistry for 14 years. And so, ma'am, I'm so excited.
I'm so glad either to be a part of this interesting podcast. So let's take it forward.
So let's start it. So, ma'am, I have a question. The first question. Ma'am, you have been in dentistry for 14 years. So, can you please tell me about your early days after BDS and what were the biggest challenges you faced after passed out, after starting a clinic in Mumbai, basically?
Honestly, Kanishka, when I completed my BDS, I completely felt lost because there was totally no hand holding happening. I was not sure about my future prospects, that do I plan to have my own practice or do I have to join a job somewhere. So, like any other student, I would say I was also equally lost.
What are the most commonest mistakes fresh BDS graduates make when they enter into the clinics, like clinical practice? So, yeah.
So I feel the most common mistake what freshers these do mistake is they rush up. They will want to have their practice as soon as they step out of the college. They will not actually spend some time or invest some time in understanding that patient communication is a very important tool. Because you might be very good in your clinical skills, but are you as good as that while talking to the patient, while having a conversation with the patient?
Like personality development, communication, and
So
all.
I have seen so many freshers who are really good at their clinical work, but when it comes to actually being out in the society, like talking to people, understanding their issues, they're not so good at it. So I personally suggest all the freshers to actually think about it and groom themselves in this field also, not just the books and the clinical part.
Yeah, yeah. So, ma'am, basically, I'm a third year dental student. So, any tip for me and for my followers and for
I can clearly say you
we are also starting clinical postings from this year. So, is
So
there
yeah, so third year is a great year, honestly, because you are upgrading yourself from just being in the books and you are you are doing everything hands on. So it's a very good exposure what you will get in third year. Apart from that, I think parallelly you guys are any which ways doing phenomenally well when it comes to exposing yourself to what's happening around, which we never used to do. But yeah, I think apart from that, you can also join online webinars. You can there are so many education material available online.
conferences?
Absolutely, do attend conferences, do attend seminars, online webinars, online workshops. Keep upgrading us because I think the day we stop learning is the day we stop actually existing.
Existing. Yes, that's really cool. So, dentistry is demanding, and recently we have heard tragic news of Sharda College and Pacific College. So, what's your take on it?
So yeah, it's very heartbreaking to hear what exactly happened in these two colleges with those students. But I feel that somehow, while being in the dental college, we forget one thing, that we also need to share our personal stuff.
Yeah.
We do have friends, we have family. We don't have to really feel
Myself or Vexel,
we have mentors. So
Yeah.
never hesitate in taking help. Never hesitate in talking yourself out, because the more you share, the more you express yourself, you will be able to sail through any difficult situation in a very easier way.
Yeah.
Which don't think people do it much, but I think yeah, that helps. And I my condolences with them, with their families, because this is not something which probably they want.
Which is not normal actually.
Which is not normal.
As a college student, it's huge.
Yes, it is.
Where do you see dentistry heading in next years, like in next 10 years, and what extra skills beyond academic should students should develop?
So, dentistry has gone to next level altogether. So, I feel that AI has taken over completely. So, for us to be there, to be upskilled, I think we need to train ourselves in that. We need to also have some kind of parallel training for content creation, and keep ourselves upgraded with the latest machinery, latest technology, like with the aligners, with the scanners coming in the way. I think this is something which we all should be updated about.
So, ma'am, being a content creator, so you feel it's really helpful as a student as well. Like, it's not distracting for us or what? Like,
Absolutely. आज के ज़माने में, in today's world, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. If you are not selling yourself, you're not promoting yourself, no matter how much good you must be at your work, but
No one knows you, na?
about it. No one doesn't know about it. Back in our college, we never knew about it. So now, because of the social media and so much awareness in people also, people do consume that kind of content. So I think social
making
media and content making is a great tool which is helping dentists, which has helped me in my practice also, because any patient would check your Google presence before coming to you.
Yeah.
So you must be good at clinic, but are you good in the Google? Is all what matters.
So, lastly, if you had to describe dentistry in one word, now versus when you were a student or you were a student, and what word it would be?
Dentistry 14 years back for me probably was, I was totally nervous about. I, in fact, thought also that have I taken the right decision? Being here,
Exactly.
have I actually taken the right decision?
As a student, no?
As a student, because I was totally lost. I was having no idea that what I'm going to do in future. But now when I look back and when I see where I am currently, I think it's really, really empowering. And it is my identity right now. People know me for this. So yeah, I think from then to now, I have evolved. And how?
And this is like so grateful, and you are grateful for that, no? For being a student and as a dental
I also feel that now, since I feel that I'm confident, I still feel that somewhere the struggles what I did back in my college days or my initial career days is what made me strong and resilient what I am. So I'm always thankful for those struggle days, because this is what every struggle matter. This is what brought me here.
Yeah. So we are done from the basics question. Now let's discuss about after passing out from BDS. So what are the options for us? Like how many options we have? And
I think there are a lot of options in non-clinical aspects also. If you're good in academics, you can join a college as academician. If you are interested in further graduations, further education, you can also go for fellowships and all, and continued education courses like workshops. There are many workshops happening around.
okay.
Also, there's a parallel career for practice management softwares and all. There are a lot of softwares which deal with.
So as a dentist, we can go for software and all.
Yeah, because they are looking for people who can do coding for them.
Oh, we can
That is our, yeah. You can shift your career, you can shift your career, and yeah.
What about clinical practice? Like, is it important to do MDS right now? Yeah, after 5 years, when I will graduate, So, is it important to do MDS in a particular subject?
So I told everyone that, if you're doing MDS, do it for yourself, not for that banner what you're going to be putting outside your clinic. Like,
I know BDS, MDS,
because MDS is something which is a subject you will be living in, you will be living with for next 3 years. So are you really for it? Also, I feel if you're good at your skills, if you're good at the communication, it is not something which is mandatory. It's always good if you can do it. But are you going to be lacking something major in your life if you're not doing post graduation? I disagree, because in today's world there are a lot of further education courses. Like what I do, I have joined a lot of workshops parallelly. I have upgraded myself by doing classes
from college.
by doing courses, workshops. This is what has helped me in achieving all those extra skills which probably I would have done when I was doing an MDS.
Okay, ma'am. So, what about abroad? If you know anything about it.
I'm not the right person.
Okay, it's okay. So, ma'am, please tell us about your personal life, like how you manage your daughter. You have not.
Yeah, I mean, every thing comes with additional parallel attachments to it. I have a beautiful family. My daughter is 12 years. And I feel that, whenever you have people behind your back who are at your support, I think you rise yourself stronger, you rise yourself better. Because initially it used to be difficult for me managing child, managing clinic and everything. Your fitness also. But yeah, so fitness for me is non-negotiable. It's like if I'm the day I don't go to my go to do my workout, I am in a very bad mood. So I have seen that has also impacted my life. I have started seeing my life in a different way. I'm more energetic. I feel that I'm more positive towards my life. Also, my daughter, when she sees me that I'm following a particular routine and I am bringing in discipline in my life, she's
Not a role model for her.
so that's what we always live by examples. So she's bound to follow that. And looking at her, seeing me every day, I feel that I am probably trying to do my best. Let's see how it goes.
It's going best. So basically, you are also passed out from Udaipur only. So you are also passed out from private college. So is there any difference in government college and the private college?
There definitely is, because when you are graduating from a dental college, which is government college,
Yeah.
you know that you're getting a great exposure when it comes to hands-on patients, which we don't get in private colleges. But I think internship is something which you can focus on. That during that internship, you may probably join something parallel private practice also, when you get hands-on experience. I mean, it's not something which will be holding you back from having a strong career in dentistry.
Okay, ma'am. So this is great. And one more thing, like as an intern, like when I will be intern, so is it important to start doing studies for MDS or focus on patient flow or focus on your clinical practice? So on what thing to you focus? You know, like आप किस पे
So,
focus करेंगे?
I think during your third year or maybe your final year, you will understand that what is
Wait, let me clear it first. आप जब इंटर्नशिप में आ जाओगे, लाइक मैं भी इंटर्नशिप में होने वाली, तो इट्स लाइक मुझे मेरा एग्जाम्स पे, कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स पे फोकस करना चाहिए कि पेशेंट्स पे फोकस करना चाहिए ऑन माय क्लिनिकल स्किल्स और व्हाट?
it has to be a balance of all. It has to be a balance of all. There is no particular.
I have my seniors who's just focusing on their competitive exams, not on
No, I think
clinical.
it has to be, because these clinical skills will honestly you will carry to your practice. So it has to be a balance of all, of course, in moderation. If you're saying that you will be only preparing for the exams, you'll be missing out on the clinical skills what you are actually learning right now. So take a balance of everything. Balance is the key.
Balance is the key. And then some things about your fitness journey, some tips for us as a grad.
I am almost turning 40 next year. So
Oh my god,
my role models. So I'm just trying to keep up my muscle mass as much as I can.
yeah.
And I lost my father to cardiac arrest 5 years ago. And that's when I probably started taking fitness more seriously than ever. And that has helped me a lot in forming the kind of personality I am today. Much discipline, much energy, and I'm totally charged up in whatever I do.
You look like very, very cool. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am.
It was great having a conversation with you, Dr. Kanishka. You are an upcoming star already. You are, though in your third year, but to me, you are doing amazing, amazing.
My God, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.